Hi, welcome back, Yellow 6 students. This is Mrs. Kama, and I'd like to go over the first two thinking maps that you are going to be working on your All About Me thinking map project. The first thinking map we're going to discuss is the circle map. Now, with the circle map, you are using the thinking process which you're defining in context. So 21st century learners use circle maps to define, brainstorm, list, identify, and tell everything they know. You notice it's highlighted, tell everything they know. Now, that's because for this particular circle map, you're going to ask questions about yourself. What does this mean that you are talking about? Or can you define whatever you're talking about? Now, frame of reference questions. What sources did you reference to get this information? How did you come to acquire this information? What is influencing this definition or information? So you notice that that's highlighted, so that's important for you to be able to answer that. Now, let's move on to the next circle map. Now, this is a picture of a circle map, and if you notice that there's purple boxes, so your instructions is to click on the circle boxes in the center, type your name, and in the other 6 boxes, you'll type information about yourself that you would like people to know about you. Hopefully, it's something positive. So this example that's given to you is the niece of one of our teachers, Miss Shomura, and her niece's name is Ayako. So the 6 things that she'd like you to know about her is that her favorite drink is milk. She was born on leap year. She lives with her mommy, daddy, and Abby, her dog. She doesn't have a middle name. When she gets hungry, she gets really grouchy, and she sees Andy, Auntie San, and Auntie Grandma twice a week. Okay, so it can be simple like that, where you're just going to share 6 important things that you don't mind sharing with your peers about yourself. Okay, and like I said, if you could focus on it being positive, because we don't want you to feel uncomfortable in sharing something that you wouldn't want other people to know. Okay, now here's the next part where you have the circle of reference, frame of reference questions. Now, remember I said what's highlighted, that's what you're going to be answering. So what is influencing this information? So what is influencing you to share about yourself, like those 6 attributes or those 6 things? And if you could write it down, incomplete sentence in this area. Okay, this is where you're going to provide us with as much details to explain what influenced you to go ahead and put that particular information on your circle map. Okay, so that's going to be your first map, which is a circle map. Now, the second map you are going to be working on next is going to be the bubble map. Now, the bubble map, the thinking process, it's describing with adjectives. So 21st century learners use bubble maps to describe using adjectives, to identify characteristics, to identify qualities. Now, some of the questions on the bubble maps may be, how would you describe, or what characteristics does this person or concept have, or what are the qualities of this item? Now, the frame of reference associated with a bubble map is, what evidence can you give to justify these descriptions? Is there a specific point of view influencing your descriptions? What conclusions can you draw based on these descriptions? So again, the ones that are highlighted, that's basically what you are using to generate your answers for the bubble map and the frame of reference for the bubble map. Okay, so let's take a look at the bubble map. this is what a bubble map looks like. Okay, and again, in the purple box, you're going to type in your answer, and the center, oops, you will type your name, and in the other 6 boxes, you will type the adjectives that best describes you. Okay, so here again, if you notice the example from here, you have Ayako's name, and then the best adjectives that describes her is chubby, cute, loved, sweet, curious, and impatient. Okay, now let's take a look at the frame of reference for the bubble map. You're going to now write down what conclusions can you draw based on this information. So the conclusions is whatever you had written, the information you provided, how did you draw or base that information, that describes you? So again, you're going to be writing incomplete sentences as you do that bubble map. Now, this is so that each of your teachers, as well as your peers, get a good opportunity to get to know each and every one of you folks. So that's why we're doing this thinking map project. It'll also give you an opportunity to reinforce what you learned about thinking map. Okay, so this is the first 2 maps that you will be doing for today, and tomorrow you'll continue with the next 2 maps. Enjoy, do your best, stay safe, aloha.